Hey, hey, it's a sunny day. My gosh, the rain has stopped at last. I know it's good to have some rain, but those of us who live in Marbella, we do like our sunshine. We're back at the pharmacy. We've got a really healthy lineup of organic, fresh products. A lot of things going on in Marbella, and we are putting our health first this week. We should do that every week, but we are certainly going to give you a few insights into some great products and great ways to look after yourself and meet local stars of our community.
Hey, hey.
When the good weather comes out, so does our Juan Carlos. He organises our local markets and has been doing so for some 15 years. Juan Carlos, welcome back to Marbella now.
Thank you, Nicole.
It's lovely to see the sunshine at last.
Yeah.
Although the weather that we've had is good. We've had rain, and that's been good for the crops and vegetation, which is...
Yeah, but it's been terrible for all the markets during February and March. I've got people, they couldn't do even one market because if one day it was raining, the other day was windy and terrible weather.
Yeah, so good. The weather looks like it's going to be good now.
Yeah, it's going to be
spring
good.
is here in Marbella at least.
Yeah.
So if it's not spring where you are, you can come and join us, at least through the television. Juan Carlos, markets for you are more than just setting up tables in a stall. You've got a whole ethos behind it. How do you see our local markets? Why should people come to local markets?
Well, the reason that there is a lot of people now doing markets is that they can't afford to have a shop. I mean, prices now are grown up a lot. So if you want to rent a small space in Marbella, it's too expensive. So as I said to people, this is like a shop that they have it today here and they move it to another place. I mean, they don't have a proper shop, but because a lot of people, they think, if I go to a market, everything is going to be very, very cheap. No, because they've got fantastic products. And
but they're not expensive either. Don't let them put you off here.
No,
it's not like it's overpriced.
I mean, you have to pay. I mean, there are organic people that they bring fantastic things, and you have to pay the price. It's going to be cheaper than in a shop, but it's not going to be just a very, very, very cheap.
Exactly, it's not second hand, it's good
quality products.
Yes.
So this is why, and then just from the last 15 years I've been knowing a lot of fantastic people that they do a great job, they travel a lot, just to get new things, new products that you can't find them in the shops, and trying to do markets. It's nice for them. They can move from one place to another. And
it's not just fresh produce in the sense that when you go to the different markets where you can get clothes, sometimes they are second hand, a lot of times, as you say, you just don't have a shop and they're new items, but it's that community feel that you get when you're milling around somewhere with other people as opposed to going to a shop. Also, it's not just about the value of the property, it's the enrichment as people of being, as I say, in that open air, the feeling you get.
And another thing, Nicole, is that in these markets, for instance, in Volubilis and Virginia, there is a very social thing going around. And, you know, people, they're just waiting for the market just to meet each other, because sometimes you're living in Marbella. Marbella is a very small place. And sometimes you pass 10 months, 1 year without seeing each other, you know? Because maybe the other one is doing a few things and you're not into those things. And then those days they meet and they see each other. And this is why these markets, the one in Virginia and the one in Volubilis, is very social market, you know. You may,
I mean, Virginia is renowned for that. The one coming up now was the 29th of April.
29th of April,
and then the
Sunday.
one, the Christmas market, you really are, those are the moments, particularly the Christmas one, everyone, just anyone who's everyone goes there, as you say, because you might not see them all year. So we've got the Virginia market coming up on the 29th of April.
On the 29th of April.
And what kind of stands, what kind of people are going to be exhibiting?
We've got now people that they are, because in every market I try to change at least 40% of the stalls, just with new people, that they bring new things. And there are some very good designers that they're doing their proper
handmade
t-shirts
and
handmade. And we've got organic things coming, cheese, olive oil, not a lot of food, because it's going to be a very shiny day and a very good day. So I have to be very careful with that, because if you put, for instance, products, aloe vera, and with the sun, it doesn't work very well.
But very varied, and the streets of La Virginia are wonderful, and it's not very often we're actually allowed through La Virginia because it is a private urbanization. So for nothing else, to walk through the little cobbled streets and see the fountains
so
and the
nice.
church, it's lovely. And then you've
And
got
the plants.
Volubilis.
And then I've got Volubilis. Another beautiful place.
That's also in and that one's like an enchanted garden from
Beautiful.
the 18th century. I mean, it really is another world unto itself.
We've got that one on the 1st of May. There is, you call it bank holiday.
If it's on a Monday, it's a bank holiday Monday. I'm not really sure. We've been discussing, is it a holiday? Is it a bank holiday? Is it just
well, the thing
May
is,
Day? But then is it like May Day, SOS?
the thing is that Tuesday is a holiday. And Wednesday is a holiday in Madrid. So there's a lot of people that are coming from Friday, and they're going to be here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So this is why we do the market in those days. And apart from that, is that it's coming now the summer, and it's going to be too hot to do it at the end of May, for instance.
Wow, look at that. Good weather predictions coming up from Juan Carlos.
Oh, yeah.
Because obviously you're watching the weather. Your
I'm always
markets
watching the
depend
weather,
on
but
it.
it's going to be a very, very hot summer. It's been a very cold winter, but wait for the summer. Wait for July and August, and you will see.
You have been warned. Hydration and good sun care for your skin to make sure that you can keep enjoying things. Juan Carlos, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Best of luck.
Thank you, Nicole.
Hey, hey.
Free taxi 4 times a month and 25% discount on your car insurance if you're the Zero Hero.
Yeah, I'm here in Marbella, but it says here I'm in La Canada.
If you haven't mastered the lingo, don't worry. Linear Director has a free GPS geolocator service that will come and find you.
Hey, hey.
Living in Marbella is a privilege, but finding the right place to live is very, very important, which is why going to a respected real estate agency is very important. The first international real estate agent in Marbella, in fact, was Panorama, and Christopher Clover is the founder, CEO, the reason of being of this real estate agent, and you have survived through literally thick and thin, so congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Welcome
Nicole.
to Marbella now, Christopher. It's lovely to be able to chat with you. Before we talk about this amazing report that you and your company have prepared about the real estate history of Marbella and where we are today, more importantly, you've been in Marbella since the beginning, since the boom, before the boom.
Well, since 1970. That's 48 years.
Yeah, I was trying to think the boom. My grandparents were here in the 60s, but you came in at the beginning and you literally have helped develop what is today this amazing city. What does it feel like to see it now?
Well, fantastic. It's not as it was. A lot of people like places as they used to be, but that's evolution. No place today is like it used to be 40 or 50 years ago. But Marbella, we actually targeted Marbella to open an office here.
Where did you come from originally? What were you doing before?
From Virginia. And my father in 1968 purchased an international real estate agency called Panorama, coincidentally, and or not coincidentally, and we opened, he targeted Marbella, which was then a new jet set location for all of Europe. No? Everyone who is anyone in the mid-50s to the during the 60s was in Marbella. It was in the press, and he targeted it with a French associate of his at the time as the future prime residential area of Europe.
Such foresight.
A lot of foresight in those years. But a lot of other people had that foresight at the same time, which is why it was popular among the jet set category. And
But
now
talking about the jet set catering and yourself coming from the States, it's probably to do with all the permits and what have you, but why do you think we don't have more Americans here? Because you opened the way, and yet we don't have such a large American community as one would like.
Well, we started off opening an office mostly to receive charter flights of investors from America. And there was a time when villas were $10,000, $15,000 at the time, and apartments and townhouses $5,000 to $10,000 or more. No? And immediately we started work to also establish our roots as a local real estate agency, taking resale properties on our books. But we brought in plane loads. The largest flight that we brought in at the time of an inspection flight from people from all over the states, leaving from one departure point, which is either Washington or New York, was 170 people. No? Then a recession came in the mid-70s, and Mother office closed. My father kept his real estate office in Charlottesville, Virginia. But we had a choice, my first wife, Kirsten, and I. Either we go back or we stay and we make a run out of it. And we were already doing very well. In 1974, before our main office in Washington closed, I already had my first administration client, who was David Sermoon, the owner, eventual owner of the Marbella Club in
Panaorama.
Yeah. And I'm very close with his children today.
But that legacy is lovely, because your children now are also following in footsteps of, and are very much involved in your business, very much now the face of your business. Obviously you deserve to have a little bit more of a back seat.
Well, like my father, like my grandfather, because my grandfather was an agent, opening his first agency in Chicago in 1904.
Wow.
So we're 4 generations in the business, and now we're 27 people in our company, which is terrific. It's I'm surrounded by caring, incredible professional people who are of a tremendous support, and it's a pleasure to work with in my day home.
Well, it's lovely. As you were saying, a lot of changes have happened in the city over the last 40 years, but those emblematic, iconic places like Marbella Club, Panaorama, the Melia Don Pepe are still there, which I suppose keeps it our old town, which a lot of people don't go to visit, which is amazing to me, because it is unique to our city to have these privileged areas. Choosing an area to live when you come to Marbella isn't as easy as you think. We have 27-kilometer stretch, and there's very much different nationalities that have nestled themselves in different areas. So it's important to get the advice of an established company that knows the areas. How do you begin to even assess where to put people?
Well, a lot of it depends on the experience of the client or potential client in Marbella. Some of the people who come to us for help in finding a home, they've been to Marbella 20 times over the last 15 years, and they might know Marbella very well, and they might know exactly where they want to be. But others who have maybe come 2, 3, 4 times don't know the different residential areas of Marbella. So with that type of client, we try to take a typical property within the parameters of what they're looking for in several residential areas. Say, right, this is the residential area, and this is a typical property which might fit your criteria within this residential area. And little by little, they will figure out, well, you know, I really feel best, because it's your inner voice which calls you for these things. I really feel most comfortable, but I don't know why, here or there or in a third place. And there's some wonderful different residential areas which aren't necessarily ultra prime, Golden Mile, beachside, which are available in Marbella, east of town, and behind San Pedro. And you know, we really work, we agencies work greater Marbella. So, I mean, there would be Benavides, and there would be the New Golden Mile as well. So there's a tremendous variety that suit I mean, there's some people who say, well, listen, I don't care because I can have this beautiful house that might be in the New Golden Mile, no? Or in a less popular residential area. But I don't care about having to be in one area or another because I'm comfortable in this area and I don't need the ultra-prime areas to fulfill our requirements.
Panorama, together with Christopher Clover, have prepared a great report. Where can they go to get this whole report that you prepared, Christopher?
Well, it's online at www.panorama.es. It's also in our magazine, which is called registered trademark Marbella. It's called the Marbella Property Magazine, which is available in several.
Very classy, not just a real estate agency. Christopher, it's been a pleasure to chat with you.
Nicole,
we've run out of
much
time, but it's an honour actually, sitting with the guy who started it all off, one of them anyway. Thank you, Chris.
It's survived,
And survived, yes.
It's because I'm difficult.
No.
I am.
No, you don't say. It's a pleasure. Thank you,
Pleasure.
Christopher.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hey, hey.
Tomorrow is our third United Nationalities of Marbella Summit. Can't believe it's here already. Really looking forward to it. We've got some great people coming. The tourism office, we've got the residence office, we've got the Danish, British and Swedish consuls, we've got Belgium consuls, we've got presidents of associations, we have got restaurant and bar owners. If you haven't signed up, this is your last chance. MarbellaNowTV.com, go to UNMS 2018 and register. It's free in the morning from 10 till 2, where we'll be putting into place and seeing which companies are going to be forming part of our Zero Hero project, looking after our elderly, watching over neighbours, giving safe space for our teens. A lot to be done that we can do between us for our community, because hashtag we are so much better together. See you tomorrow, if not at UNMS, in the evening for another Marbella Now. For now, take care. Hasta mañana.
And it's time.